She stood there in front of me in agony. She was asking me, how could he hurt me? She said, I gave him heaven. He gave me heartache and herpes. He said that he would light my fire, and he actually burnt me. But I stayed there. After every endless evening of, regardless of my well-being, my neck housing his heavy breathing, I laid there. What was supposed to be a beautiful journey between the both of us always ended up him coming, and I have never once made my way there. She said, he stayed out. I just stayed fair. And this is what I was supposedly turning my back on God for. This is what, irregardless of my back, I have worked so hard for. Sometimes I would just lay on my back trying to give him something he couldn't even get hard for. And then she said, and I'd rather be held. I'd rather be held in the arms of a man who cares about my well-being rather than being well off. And often I try to get him to see that I believe in him because I believe in God, and God is screaming out, child, just get him to me. So I looked way past his past, and I only asked questions that I know the answer to, because I know that him leaving would stop my breathing quicker than cancer do, not realizing that he is a cancer too, rapidly breaking me down, because that's what cancers do. And I believe in God, but I'd rather be living wrong than left alone. And even though he's in the bathroom with the door closed on the phone, at least he's at home. And I pray that what he says is true. That's because I believe in his every thought. And that's why I tell my sister that we had fought rather than say that he had beat me again. Because jealousy was this woman to him, and he had seen her again, and I had found out. And he blames me for doubt that I have every right to. And then he says, love is complicated. And he tells me that his parents had fights too, and that's the way that his dad had beat his moms, and he loves his mother so much, and I had tried to be his mom, so this is all my fault. It's not his mom's. It's so confusing, but so is losing this man. And then she said, I'd rather be held by this man who holds me. It may hurt sometimes, but he holds me. And when no one else is around, he holds me hostage. I gave him a beautiful baby boy, and he gave me bondage. And then threatens to kick me out and says that you won't take my child away. And the last time he kicked me out, I hadn't seen my child for days. And I know that my son would rather be held. And I never wanted my son to see his father in jail. And I know the pastor at church so well. And I wouldn't want him to think that I had failed at marriage. And that would be so embarrassing to my family, who I have not seen in a while. And it's less about them living in Denver and more about me living in denial, where I have been living for a while. I remember telling my sister, girl, he's just like our father. And now my sister agrees, saying, yeah, he treats you just like a child. Girl, what about you? And then she said, I'd rather be held. And he promises that he'll hold me. So when he pushes me, I say I fail. When he makes me sick, I say I'm well. And when he threatens to kill me, I never tell, because he loves me. And he never means by any means to do anything other than love me. And that's why we took those vows. And we're getting so close now. Even if it's either he's going out or I'm going down. I really don't mind. And he constantly tells me that he is the only one for me and someone else I really won't find. And I know that he don't want nobody else. He just really wants time. Maybe I covered him. I thought I was just being understanding, but maybe I mothered him. Or maybe my expectations were just way too high. Maybe I smothered him. But I can't believe that he left me. After all of these years and all that I have done, he has loved everyone except me. And then she said, and I'd rather be held. So as God is my witness, this will be the last night that he walks in and out of this house. I swear to God, if he does not get his act right tonight, the coroner will be walking him out. And that's when I turned to her and I said, Mom, that's my father you're talking about. And why didn't you escape before I knew who he was? I just heard you say that you knew who he was. And that's when she turned to me in agony and she said, my son, it's because I would much rather be held.